Welcome, folks. I'm glad that we could meet you again through this video today. The topic for today actually came to me when discussing with the founder of an edtech company last week. Uh, she's a she has her own digital team and they advertise across channels like Google search, YouTube, Facebook, etc. And one of the key issues that they are facing is cross channel measurement. And by cross channel measurement, what I mean here is how do you actually measure and attribute how users are interacting with their platforms, both paid ads as well as organic channels like blogs or SEO efforts that they are doing. How are users actually navigating across these multiple channels before they actually go ahead and convert on their website? Not just for founders or digital marketers, but even I've seen this to be one of the issue that a lot of folks, friends of mine, who are working at different agencies. They are handling budgets for their clients across channels. But one issue that they always face is how do we actually show the true value of some of the top of the funnel channels, right? Like YouTube or Facebook. How do we actually show the cross-channel impact that each of these channels have while users are navigating across different platforms before they make a purchase decision? So, and that's when I decided, okay, let us talk about how a brand or an agency can actually go ahead and build a strong foundation for their cross-channel measurement using Google Analytics. Now, before we actually get into how do we do it, the reason that we actually facing this is because today's consumer behavior is very complex. Gone are those days when there is a straight linear funnel from awareness till purchase. Today, users actually interact with multiple platforms. They search for your category, search for your brand, look up for videos on YouTube, go to social media, see how customers or other customers are talking about your brand before they actually go out and make a purchase decision. I mean, yeah, even see, think about a small purchase, like even before making a purchase like a headphone, what do we typically do? We search for what are the best available headphones within a particular price range or a particular feature that we're searching for. We go to blogs and comparison websites where they make comparisons between different brands and different models. Probably check the YouTube videos of past reviewers or users who are actually using the product, and then actually go ahead and probably search it on Amazon, compare the price on the Amazon or any other e-commerce platforms versus what is the price on the particular brand's website, and that is probably even make a visit to a retail store and actually check out the product physically, and then actually go ahead and make a purchase on any e-commerce platform, right? So it is in this complex world, and that is the main reason where cross-channel measurement becomes even more important. Now, I said that we will probably do it through Google Analytics today. But before getting into Google Analytics, I think it is important for us to understand what these ad platforms themselves offer, right? So, for example, Google today already shows data like, okay, how many days are users taking before they actually go ahead and convert, or how many interactions do users have when on your ads before actually going ahead and making a purchase. Uh, Number of clicks, number of impressions that users have had before they actually go ahead and make a purchase on your website. So we have some of this information available for the Google ecosystem on Google Ads product. Similarly, Facebook at its end, if you have Facebook Analytics set up with their events, you can measure these using journeys inside Facebook, right? You can actually take a look at how are users behaving across different Facebook placements, and what is the journey length, how much time do they take before they actually go and make a purchase, etc. Now, even though this is available on both Google and Facebook, which are predominantly probably going to be your top two uh, budgets, budget areas, right? But even though it's available, the major problem here is both of these are operating within their own ecosystem. Google, for its end, is probably giving this detailed view for their search ads and to some extent to the display and YouTube ads as well. Similarly, Facebook is giving you how users are behaving within the Facebook platform of across Facebook newsfeed, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and so on. But what is actually happening across platforms? And uh, we need to actually take a look at it because these are not just the places that users are interacting, right? So today, even for a small brand, who are probably advertising on just Google and Facebook, most probably you are actually interacting with your customers across multiple other places as well. You have your blog, which is probably driving traffic to your website. You have organic traffic which is coming in, which can be a result of your SEO efforts, or even without SEO. It can be just because of people actually going and searching for your brand and coming to your using the organic links that Google shows up, search engine shows up, right? They might be looking at reviews of products on YouTube, or it might be YouTube ads you're running. Similarly, you might be directing traffic through referral websites or some third-party networks and so on. And that is the reason why you need something like Google Analytics to actually go ahead and look at how users are behaving across all these channels. Now, conversion paths on Google Analytics is the place which gives you probably the most fundamental information that you need to understand how users are interacting across your ads on multiple platforms. Now, what is conversion path? Conversion path basically shows all the unique conversion paths. And when I say unique conversion paths, it means the sequence of channel interactions. So for example, let's say a user interacted with the Google search ad and then went ahead and interacted with the Facebook ad the next day, and then probably on the fourth day or third day interacted with your website by doing an organic search on Google, and then actually let's say he converted a couple of days after that. Similarly, another user who again started with a Google search ad but ended up seeing your remarketing ad on YouTube, and then probably another remarketing ad on display before actually going ahead and making a purchase. Right now, these both users have had different paths. Now, this conversion path report at Google Analytics actually shows you such unique paths that different users have had. Let's say there are 1,000 users who had a path similar to the user 1, and there are another 500 users who have had a path similar to the user 2. Then Google Analytics actually shows the unique path of path 1 and says that there have been 500 conversions or purchases which have happened after users have had interactions necessarily in this order. Right? So how do we actually go ahead and find this on Google Analytics? So basically, you start within your Google Analytics homepage. You go to click on the conversions at the bottom left that you can see here. This is typically available once if you have done any goal setup, or even if you have done a e-commerce or a basic e-commerce or an enhanced e-commerce setup on Google Analytics, which by the way is pretty the default today, and I'm assuming most of you would have already done this for your websites. And once you click on this conversions, you get a drop down which is pretty similar to this. You have goals, e-commerce. This is where you probably go to check it how many transactions are happening, how many people are adding to my cart, how many people are initiating payments and data like that. But then you have something called multi-channel funnels below that. Once you click on multi-channel funnels, you get further a drop down which has all of these options, and you have this option called top conversion paths. And this is where you go to find this report within Google Analytics. Once you click on top conversion paths, it shows you a screen which is somewhat similar to this, right? What you're basically seeing here is a list of all the unique conversion paths. And how many conversions have happened for each of these paths. So for example, if you look at the top one I've highlighted here, we're seeing that users interacted with the paid search ad first, and then for the next time came to the website by doing by directly typing their website URL, and then they actually went ahead and did a Google search, and third time when they visited the website it was by clicking on the organic search link, and finally they have actually come to the website from a third party different traffic source or another website as well. And I had this unique path was actually followed by 257 users before making a purchase. The reason I'm saying purchase is this report is actually filtered for a particular conversion action. I just didn't want to show any specific details to of anybody, just to avoid any data issues. But as you can see, this is what this essentially shows is you can see the different paths that users are taking and how many users are actually coming through this path and actually making a purchase. Right now, this information is actually a potential gold mine in the sense that this gives you a lot of insight into which channel is actually driving a lot of users. There being the first interaction, this channel is actually present how many times within the purchase flow, how is my remarketing functioning, is it actually being constant presence across the purchase flow, and so on and so forth. Now, uh, if you really want to dig deeper into, let's say, a particular channel, you can actually go ahead and filter by typing in a channel here. So let's say you want to look at how your display campaigns display is contributing to the overall purchase funnel, right? So you just type in display as a channel. You need to use the default channel names that Google Analytics uses. So for your SEM ads, it will be paid search. For organic search, it will be organic search. Similarly for social, for Facebook, and so on and so forth. So once you type in a particular channel, this then filters out all the purchase flows where display as a channel is present. So irrespective of which placement, this shows. So for example, as you can see, in one purchase flow display is the first channel. In the second purchase flow, you can see actually display being present multiple times. It's a pretty long purchase flow, and similarly, even if display was the only channel available before actually user making a purchase, that will be visible here. Now, this is if you really want to dig deeper into a particular channel's contribution, right? And if you, in some cases, it actually makes sense to understand which channel is acting as the first interaction. When I say first interaction, this is the channel through which the user has come to your website for the first time. And it is actually good to understand that, because then you have a good sense of, okay, is my search ads, are they driving new users to my website, or is it more of, are they coming more from social media, or actually from a display campaigns, right? So you can actually do that by using the advanced filter option. So you can see this advanced as an option in this filter, right? So once you click on that, you get something like this, and here you go ahead and instead of the search, the filter criteria being containing or a, you actually can change it into begins with. So once you make the expression begins with and add the particular channel, you, let's say if you add display, this will end up showing all the purchase flows in which display was the first point of interaction. Now it's not necessary to, you can just, you can only do this at channel level. You can actually do it across a whole lot of other dimensions as well. For example, you have the source medium path, or you even have the campaign path. So let's say if you are running campaigns across search and Facebook, you can actually choose the campaign path and see the similar view for different ad campaigns that you are running. So I hope this is useful for most of you, and especially if you are somebody who is actually contemplating of how do I measure the impact of different channels, or how do I actually demonstrate, if you're somebody from an agency and you want to demonstrate the value of the channels like YouTube or other social channels that are driving conversions, what contributions are they doing in the overall picture of the digital purchase funnel. I think this will be the foundation place to start with, and this is where you can actually get a really good idea of how different channels are interacting over. Hope you like the video. If you like to receive more videos from us, and if you'd like to be notified when you guys are releasing the next one, please do like this one and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.